Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are y'all today? Welcome to episode number 56. All right, let's get to it. So, why is it important to have an accountant in business, right? So, this is episode number 56. Why is it important to have an accountant in business? Questions and answers with your CEO three times, Alisa Applewhite. All right, y'all. So, I'm excited about this episode. I always tell people to have an accountant, right? This is very important. It prepares you for the big leagues. And if you're in business, you want to do the big leagues, right? You want to do the millions and millions of dollars, but you got to have some clean books and you got to know what you're doing and you got to have an accountant that is going to teach you. But we'll get into that. All right, so let's get to the banners because y'all know I love my banners. I like having stuff up here. All right. So why do I go live Monday through Friday? Simple. People ask me questions. They DM me. They text me. They email me. They call me asking me questions about healthcare staffing, about family, about love. Just about everything, right? And I cannot say this. Yesterday was my anniversary. So we celebrate 3 years of marriage, 5 years together. So excited. So excited. So officially July the 17th belongs to Lisa and Carlton's day. I just feel sorry for everybody else that was married on that day because they don't matter. Only we matter. So but yes, we celebrate our anniversary. It was great. Just to think about. We've been married for 3 years and together for 5. Like I remember having conversations with people and telling them we've been together for 2 months. It's crazy. All right. So the reason why we go live is we ask questions and we go live because we want to answer the questions. And I'm the type of person, if you ever meet me, if you ever know me, you ask me a question, I want to give you as much value as possible so you can execute, right? Because I need you to change your life. I do, right? So that's the type of person that I am. I give enough information so you could do something in the now to change your life. All right. So that's why we do questions and answers live by your CEO. Another question that I get all the time, why do they call you CEO 3 times? Y'all, it's real simple, right? I had 3 companies, right? So me and my husband has 3 companies. The first company is called Top of the Line Healthcare Staffing. That is where we staff medical professionals in hospitals, nursing homes, and doctors' offices. And then we have TOTLHS Hard to Go Inc. This is the baby that I am focused on growing to the max this year, right? So this is the baby that houses the Hard to Go Gala that we have every year where we celebrate our medical professionals. And this is also the baby that will help, that has helped with rental assistance, mortgage assistance, credit education for medical professionals, scholarships. Like this is the all baby healthcare fund baby right here, right? So this nonprofit is going to be off the roof and I'm just so excited about the future of our nonprofit because I love helping our medical professionals. I really do. All right. Then company number 3, the real Alisa Applewhite Consulting, that has brought you questions and answers today. But we don't only just do questions and answers on consulting agency. We also help everyday people become healthcare staffing owners by teaching them how to create a healthcare staffing agency from scratch to government. We also help regular everyday medical professionals to be the best compassionate people they can potentially be. We consult with hospitals on showing them things to do to retain their staff. And what we do is one more thing we do. I think that's it. No, it's one more thing. I feel like it's a lot of things other than consulting. But everything education when it comes to healthcare, right? Because I realized I was talking to my husband yesterday on our anniversary. And I said, man, we only been in business for 2 years, but I've been in healthcare for 20 years. Y'all, 20 years of my life has been dedicated to people. Like, I'm like, I didn't realize how much of an expert I was. And I'm like, oh, wow, I could go into a hospital. Lord, I'm covering a naked child. I can't make this up. Please excuse her. I can go into the hospital. She just woke up. I can go into the hospital and like break down a system or break down a floor in a minute, right? So it's like, wow, I have so many skills that I can utilize, right? Y'all, we really live right now, so I can't even edit that. That was so funny. It was so cute, little girl. Y'all know Amazing be popping in the video. She hear her mama, she coming. So this is what the consulting company does. Let me put the time on the clock because I want to respect your time. I didn't put the time on the clock. That threw me for a loop. So definitely let me put the timer on. Oh my God. All right, so our timer is on. All right, so that is what we have. We have 3 companies, y'all. All right, so why is it important to have an accountant in business? That is the question that somebody asked. I normally give you 3 reasons why I feel like it is super, super important to have an accountant in business. All right, so number 1, personal versus business expenses. So when you get a business, I have said this before, you need to create a business account, right? The reason why you need to create a business account is because it's certain stuff that you do in business that you can write off, right? Or deduct from your taxes when your taxes are done. But if you don't know that the purchase you made is a personal purchase or a business purchase, right? Now you don't get credit for that thing that can potentially be a business purpose that can be written off, right? So you want to make sure that the accountant breaks down to you, okay, this is what is considered according to the IRS, according to the law, this is what is considered a business expense. According to the IRS, according to the law, this is what is considered a personal expense, right? So some things that are considered a personal expense, your car note, God Jesus. So say if, for example, you have a personal car note, right? And you had it before you started the business, but you're paying it out of the business checking account or the business checking account or savings account, right? So you're paying it out of that account and you're just like, well, I use it for business purposes. Your accountant should tell you, okay, if you use it for business purposes, let's get it switched over into your business name. So now when you make that payment, it is now a business expense. You're paying for that vehicle, right? It is no longer a personal expense. But if you are not switching it over in your company's name, if you are not following the steps to get that into a business account, like it's a certain percentage. Oh God. See, the thing just went away. Can y'all see it? It's not clear anymore. Lord Jesus. Instagram. I don't know what happened. Give me a second. I really gotta figure this out because this phone thing ain't getting it. Like every time it rings, it falls. So it's like the tripod, I got one, is too high to put up. That's another. Like we were saying, like the business expense, because y'all know I'll be ranting, right? So business expenses need to be separated from your personal expense. And the goal is when you have a business to get everything that you can in your business name, so you're not paying for stuff that you are not that you are not getting a write-off for, right? Because when you get a business write-off on taxes, it's like getting the money back, but in the tax credit. But if you just personally have it in the personal expense, right? It's like you get no tax credit or deduction for it. And it's just money that you're throwing away. And one thing I learned about being a business owner, period, is any money that you are willing to let go of, you should be getting it back. It should be returning you something, right? It should be returning you something. So any money that you let go of, instead of it being just a liability where it's not going to bring you nothing, always make sure that money is an asset that's going to bring you something. So that's a very important thing about having a big accountant in business, because they can help you determine, like, it's stuff that we do personally every day that we don't know that we can write off in our business, right? So it's like if you have a home, it's a certain percentage of your home that you can write off as your business area, depending on if you do business in your home. And then in certain situations, you can write off your whole brand new home that you bought, right, as a business expense. So get an accountant. Accountant knows little tips and stuff like this that can help you to save money in your business. And you want to get them because them personal and business expenses, they add up, right? Think about every time you swipe a card. Every time you swipe a card, if you swipe that card 7 times in that week, right? So 7 days, that's 7 transactions that you will have to remember to, okay, was this business, was this personal? And half of the time we don't remember why we swiped it, right? Anyway, so was it business, was it personal? And the great thing about an accountant, they can set you up where you have certain accounts that when you swipe that business card, it automatically goes into the business section. It automatically goes into the personal section, right? They can get you organized so you don't have to worry about the day-to-day. Is this business, is this personal, right? That's the great thing about having accountants. They have these little tips that saves them time, that also saves you time, but also helps you from not getting audited. So definitely personal and business expenses is a great way. The reason to having a business accountant is for your personal and business expenses, because it is a great way to keep you on track to getting millions. Remember, I teach people how to stay on track to get millions, right? If you want to make thousands, that's cool, right? That's cool for you. But millions, billions, right? Like millions, I can't say billion because I haven't touched a billion yet, but I have touched millions. When you get to that arena, you want to expand, usually expand, exit, or sell, but you have to have your books right. You got to have your books right. And you got to have everything. You got to have it where the investor or whoever you're selling it to, when they look at this, they say, okay, this is a viable business that I can buy, or that will grow for me. You got to have your numbers right, and your accountant helps you with all of this. They help you with projections. They help you with 3 to 5 year projections. They help you say, okay, if you utilize this, or we can move that over here to give you that tax credit, right? It's so much education they give you. And anybody, I always give this advice: if you have an accountant, you should be meeting with them at a minimum of twice a month. That's a minimum. If you meet with them more, kudos to you, but at a minimum of twice a month, and they should be breaking down to you exactly what everything means on your profit and loss sheet, on your balance sheet, right? On your AR report, on your AP report, right? They should be breaking this stuff down to you, because you need to know what's going on in your business. You need to know your numbers, because if you don't know your numbers, it's not going to make sense to you, right? And then you can potentially lose money by not knowing your numbers. That's what I'm going to say, that safely. Lose money by not knowing your numbers. So owe it to yourself, owe it to your business to learn your numbers. Learn what your numbers mean, learn where you need to go. And a business accountant will definitely help you. A good business accountant will definitely help you do this. All right. So number 2, keeping your books organized. This is so important for people who want to grow. So I expressed this before. We are going to be franchising starting next year, for sure. Top of the line healthcare staffing, where people can buy into our business and everything is already done from scratch. The staffing agency is done, and you can just purchase our business, and now you own a part of that business. But you cannot do that if we can't franchise if we don't keep our books organized, right? So things that we have to show is like how profitable our business is, what are the numbers we're doing, our clients, what we're bringing in for our clients. That's the great thing about having a business account, and they break it down where you can actually see how much money you're bringing in from each one of your clients, right? You can see the percentage rate. This is very important, y'all, for anybody with healthcare staffing or business period. If you have a customer, but healthcare staffing specifically, if you have a customer that you've been doing business with, the accountant can show a percentage of how likely that person is to pay their bills. So if that person pays their bills within 30 days or within 45 days or with 90 days, right? This all is a great selling point for when you're trying to sell your business, or when you are trying to get a loan for expansion in your business, right? They look at these clients and they say, oh my God. So based on my books, because my books are organized, these particular 10 clients, they always pay their bills. Matter of fact, this particular 5 clients, they pay before the due date, right? So because of the consistency, because they have paid consistent for 2 years, because I have it on paper and organized from my accountant, I can take this to the bank and say, hey, look, last year we made $3.6 million last year, right? these are the clients that we have. These are the clients we utilize. This is the new contract that we have, right? And this is how much how much this particular client paid. This is the days and percentages that they paid. And they look at that and they say, all right, you have a viable business. So how much money can we give you, right? The money that y'all put in the bank every day. They say to me, they call me on the phone, how much money can we give you so you can grow your business? And I'm like, oh, I never thought about that. Lies, I tell. I thought about it all. I have a plan. I have a plan of how I'm going to utilize the money. That is very important. And again, this is why it's so important to have accountant in business, because they show you stuff like this. They tell you, all right, if you are going to borrow money, you need to have a breakdown plan of what you want to utilize it for, right? And people say, oh, I just need it for working capital. Okay, why do you need $2 million for working capital? Can you break it down to me and tell me how you're going to utilize this money, right? A visionary, a good business owner, right, always has a plan for what they're going to do with the money. I have learned that if you do not have a plan for what you're going to do with the money, when you get it, you will blow it. And I'm saying this to you from personal experience. You have to have a plan for your money. And the great thing about me was I have always had plans for my money, even as a nurse. People used to thought I was crazy. I used to do my monthly budget sheet. And I'm like, this is the monthly budget sheet. And I would actually do it out for 6 months. And at the end of the year, I would do my yearly planner. And they were like, why are you planning so much? Because I know that when I don't plan, my money goes everywhere. But when I do plan, it's only a certain amount of money that I'm just going to blow, because I already plan to blow that money, right? Now, as a business owner, I don't blow anything. I make sure everything that I spend gives me some type of return, right? It has to give me some type of return. That came from being in the right rooms, right? So definitely what I'm saying to you is, if you keep your books organized, right, with the right accountant, then this qualifies you for extra money that they will call you for. Once you get to a certain level of business, bankers call you. People call you and ask you, hey, do you want to borrow money? Especially the people you bank with. Can you utilize additional $500,000 to expand your business or do something for it? And then you be like, okay, yeah, what do I do to do it? This is what you do. Boom, boom, boom. Tell us what's your plan, right? So these are real calls. These people really call you, but you won't get to that level if you don't have an accountant that's keeping your books organized. So when they do ask you this question, you could be prepared to show them your books. All right. So number 3, best thing ever. The reason why every business should have an accountant in business is because compliance with the IRS. The IRS don't play no games, y'all. They will comb through your records and you be like, oh, this was a personal expense. This was a business. Give me the receipts. Send me the receipts that this was business. Send me that, right? And this is what the accountant does. The accountant whole goal is to keep you on track for if the IRS decides they want to audit you, right? Their whole goal is to also make sure you don't pay taxes. That's their goal. Right? So the whole one of their goals, if your accountant, if this is not their goal, get a new accountant, right? They should make sure that you are utilizing all your business credits so much that your taxes is either 0 to none, right? That's the great thing about a great accountant. But you have to be compliant with the IRS. And one thing I learned, and this is crazy because I'm going to go ahead and give this little tip, is when I got in business the second year and we did our net on how much we made, and my accountant is like, oh, you're going to have to pay taxes this year. I was like, again? She's like, yes. And the reason why you want to pay taxes this year is because we want to make you profitable, right? No matter how much money you made in revenue, right? And you got rid of it. You got rid of it with these business expenses. We still need to make you profitable because your plan is to get this amount of money from, this loan, right? After your 2-year mark. And I'm just like, wow, never thought about that, right? So I'm like, okay, so I can pay these low taxes now to get the bigger bag here, right? Strategic plan. Again, I wouldn't have known that if I didn't have an accountant. And that's what I'm saying to y'all. It is so important to get an accountant, y'all. It will save you time. It will save you money, and it will help you grow. A great accountant has a strategy plan from you from year 1 to year 5, right? So make sure you get you a great accountant. All right. So we got 43 seconds. Why is it important to have an accountant in business? 1, personal versus business expenses. 2, keeping your books organized. And 3, compliance with the IRS. All right. So I hope this has helped you. I want to make sure I'm saying this to y'all. Follow me on all social media platforms. I am still on my YouTube thing. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channels. I will have 500 subscribers. I am going to be on this very, very hard because I want 500 subscribers. So follow me on all social media platforms. It is The Real Alisa Applewhite. Again, that is The Real Alisa Applewhite. And make sure that you go like my page, y'all. The Real Alisa Applewhite. Definitely go like my page. All right, so that timer is off, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to go. I absolutely love you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so happy that you're here with me, and I want to say that I love you and don't even know who you are, but can you imagine how much God adores you? And he created you. Oh my God, right? So go out and get that love from God, y'all. He just waiting for you to talk to him. God is so amazing on so many levels. I say this every day, every moment, because I need to remind myself that I'm breathing, I'm talking, I'm here. My kids are healthy. We have food in the refrigerator. My lights are on. I mean, we have a lot of stuff going on. Our business is successful. I cannot complain, but it has not always been like this. And what I realized is even when it wasn't like this, I was still grateful. So stay grateful, y'all. And remember that you're not promised 1 o'clock. You're not promised 2 o'clock. You're not promised 3 o'clock, but you're promised right now while you're talking and you're breathing. So go take advantage of that and go live your life. Live it. Do what it is that your heart desire, and I will see y'all tomorrow. All right, let's get to it. This is episode 56, y'all. We doing it. That means 56 lives. I can't believe it. I've been going live 56 days. It's been longer than 56 days, but 56 days. Healthcare is affected by everything, right? You could be walking and have a stroke or have a heart attack. Now you are in the healthcare system, right? You can just all of a sudden start having mental issues, and now you're in the healthcare system, right? You could be minding your business and somebody can come in and shoot you or hit your car or something like that, and now you are in the healthcare arena. And this is why healthcare is so important to me, because to me it matters who's at the bedside, right? So I always say to people, it doesn't matter to me that I have a nurse that say, hey, I'm a nurse or I'm a CNA, and they show up at the building, right? That doesn't show me their integrity. Their integrity, their accountability, their professionalism, it shows when the door is closed. That is how you know how true a person is to their mission of being a healthcare professional, right? It's how they treat the patients with the doors closed. And my goal is to help to educate healthcare staffing owners and also medical professionals, and again, hospitals, on how to help medical professionals get back to that mindset of how to treat people when the door is closed.